Yu-Gi-Oh! Unleashed Behind the Duels. Emily, the Railway Duelist.
Let's make this a little bit more traditional. Activating the field spell Speed World Deluxe.
Okay, I guess that was from like when we were first introduced to Blur. Welcome to Gotcha, everyone. It's been a long time, right?
Indeed, but you've earned it, my dear. You've come so far.
She has a spirit.
And they must have a lot
Two
of
spirits.
confidence in you, choosing you to represent this new dueling technology. Ah, thanks, lads. Although I wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for you. Aye, just make sure you don't.
Okay, a lot of spirits.
On our first practice duel, you were the one who used the ground deck.
Come now, Douglas. There's a lot to get used to in this new style.
Please let them all have
over
Thomas the
nothing,
Tank
if you
Engine
ask
characters,
me.
Dave, because
Why
I
even
saw
make this
Emily
new style of
Railway, and
speed
you
duel
know what I
anyway?
thought of
To
S
make it
Code.
stand out from regular duels, it makes sense. And with the solid mass vision band, there's not much distinguishing it from a regular duel other than just being on a motorcycle. Midlander does have a point, you know, Douglas. Aye, but these new bloody rules are rubbish.
Dang
They
it.
completely screw us over with this stupid spell card restriction. Which is why I'm putting this speed spell in the extra deck. So you can relax about that,
Bring
Douglas.
speed spell in the extra deck.
Whatever. Just make sure you beat the opponent before it beats you. I'll keep that in mind. Hey, pardon me, are you Miss Emily Pannier? Yep, that would be me.
Ah,
Pleasure.
Tank
The
Engine.
name's Runner. Johnny Runner. The new announcer. New announcer? What happened to the other one? You know, the cowgirl. Retired. Oh. Well, that's a shame.
I liked
I used to
her.
watch her when I was a kid.
Then again, this is years
I know,
later.
she was great. But hey,
Yeah.
I'm willing to do what I can. Anyway,
One of the few
your duel
characters
runner's
of
ready
Arc
for
5
ya.
that
We're
didn't
just waiting
piss
for
me
you.
off.
Excellent. Thanks again for giving me this opportunity. Hey, you've earned it. Just make sure you do as much as possible to show off these new dueling rules. And try to win, but don't worry about losing either. Got any questions? Yes. Who exactly did you get to be my opponent? You haven't told
And
me
what
yet.
dimension are we in?
What,
What mechanic we'll be using?
You'll see.
Seems just strange you'd assume McZee's, but not necessarily.
that was
Got fan made
reassuring.
cards.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say he'd rigged it so we would lose.
Oh, I wouldn't
Oh,
go that
don't
far,
jump to that
Sir Hayden.
conclusion.
Anyway, we better get moving.
Hayden, handle.
We've got a date on the track.
Maybe some of this is a
Hello,
stretch for
ladies
me.
and gentlemen, and welcome to this year's Dueling Grand Prix. I am your
You're a
new
Grand
host,
Prix, wait.
Runner, Johnny Runner,
New
and
Dominant
I am
City, so
looking
we're in the
forward
synchro
not just to
dimension.
my first season, but to this new era in speed dueling. So, I
guess
do
the
hope
turbo
you
dueling
have the
should have
time to
actually
stick
ticked me
around,
off, really,
because
but,
this season we have a
My
whole new
brain's small.
cavalry of young turbo duelists willing to make their mark in the world. But before we get to the Grand Prix itself, we've got an exhibition match to show off, just to give you guys a taste of the new
Okay.
dueling rules for every future deluxe turbo duel, or speed duel for short. But enough about all that.
No,
Let's
that's
speed
something
things
else.
up and get to the competitors. First off is Player 2, one of the new rookie competitors that will be also participating in the Grand Prix itself, Emily Pannier.
I thought we had a character literally named
Now, don't let
Player
her duel
2.
runner fool you. It may look a little out
like
of
the
date,
look.
but it's upgraded with the latest technology,
her whole
including an adaptable
helmet,
duel
too.
pad, which can be connected and disconnected to her duel runner at any time.
Ooh, rough crowd. Indeed, we're in the big leagues now. Aye, so let's get lucky and hope we're dueling another
Would all
loser
of you
like us,
shut
eh?
up? How did we go from there's no spirit
And lastly,
to there's barely any
Player
spirits
1.
to a bunch
now,
of spirits?
if you thought that we were getting another rookie to face up against this girl,
We're going to
no.
Player 2 and then
Guess
Player
again,
1. What is
because
this, a
we wanna put this
championship
new
match?
technology to the test. So we got the
So the
best of
challenger
the
comes out
best.
first?
You know him, one of the legendary duelists who went up against Zark himself, the
No.
king of speed, not just in this dimension, but in the previous dimension. You know him, you love him, so give a warm welcome to the master of faster, Jack Atlas!
Oh, boy.
What?
Yeah.
I was going to say
I guess that's-
Pyroboxes.
I guess it's in the benefit of gotcha. You can do this now, too. Actually have the
Who
characters
rules
cross
the duel?
over.
Who's the master of faster? That's right, it's me, Jack Atlas!
Okay, so the cat... Okay, so... Wait. The cowgirl has been around so long that she retired, but Jack Atlas is still going
You
around
call
the circuit.
that a duel runner? Pardon? Did you salvage that from a scrapyard, or is it out of a railway museum? I couldn't tell.
Either way, I
None of this
thought I was
Jack Atlas
dueling
didn't do what you
against the
say,
runner
so we
from
didn't
the
know about
future,
salvaging
not
stuff.
some blue relic on wheels. If it was up to me,
Which makes the
I
question,
wouldn't
in
have
this
even
universe,
given you
where
the
did you
chance
get
to
the
show
duel
off that
runner from
thing.
if you say it doesn't
But my
exist?
bloody contract says otherwise, so you know what? You get 3 turns. One, so you can set up all the bowling pins. Another, so you can restack them after I've knocked them all down. And one last attempt to try and outshine me before I
There's his
inevitably
hands.
crush you, sending you crying for your mama. You won't get another turn after that.
I imagine
Complete
Escort had fun
cad.
with this,
Don't worry, Sir Hayden. We'll show him.
especially
Who are you
since he can
talking
flaunt
to?
his
You have brain
Britishness.
damage already. I haven't even touched you yet. No, I was just keeping myself occupied while you were wasting time trash talking me. All right,
All
guys.
aboard.
Our duelists are at the starting line, so let's get this lust for rush underway. Activating field spell, Speed World Deluxe. It's about time.
Nice drawing of the Wheel of Fortune, too.
Speed duel. All right then, ladies
Okay,
first.
well, I
I
think the
draw.
bomb left then.
Careful,
Assuming I
my dear.
remember.
A legendary duelist like Jack is no joke. You don't have to tell me twice. I'll start by activating a speed spell immediately. Go, Iron Coupling!
Okay.
Normally, I would only be allowed to activate equip spells in this style of dueling if I have at least 4 speed counters, but this speed spell lets me bypass that limit for the next 3 turns. The only downside being is that I take damage equal to the number of equip spells I activated during that time. But for the time being, I don't have to worry about that. Now,
I see.
summon the Tuna Monster.
So your
Railway Knight
so your
Taliclin.
archetype is going to be
I'll
focused
use
on
his ability
Tally
to
Quinn, I
bring
like
another
that.
engine to my hand.
Your archetype is
Next,
going to
I
be focused
special
around
summon
equip
Sir
spells, like
Hayden
how
to
the
the
equip,
field.
like how engines
And while we're at it,
like
let's give Taliclin some
hook up to
lovely
each other
coaches to pull.
pull engines and stuff,
What about me? I deserve those lovely coaches.
full train
Not
and
after
stuff.
the stunt you pulled, yelling in my ear last week. You caused me to damage my duel runner. Anyway, these coaches can do a lot more than look fancy. They each have a level, which I can use for synchro summoning. So,
What about
I
the
can
coaches
tune
then?
my level 1 Taliclin with my level 3 Sir Hayden and my 2 coaches.
The coaches
Warrior
can be
of
treated as
steam,
levels.
hunt, might, come forth and make history. Synchro summon, Railway Knight, City of Churro. Now my smaller
I'm gonna
engines
like
aren't
this
down for the
archetype.
count just yet. You see, when a Railway Knight is used for a synchro summon, they can help make the trains for the bigger monsters to pull. And today, City of Churro is scheduled to pull the Express. 2 lovely Express coaches would be
Much to a
nice.
certain big
And my
blue
monster gains
engines,
200 attack for each
you
one.
know, chagrin.
That'll be it for now. I'll place cards face down, and it looks like you're on the schedule next, Atlas. What? Are you kidding me? That's your opening monster.
The
Is this
little
a
engine that
duel or a
could.
railway museum. I'll have you know, City of Churro was the first vehicle to ever go 100 miles per hour. Long before your duel
Flying
runner was
Scotsman
even drawn.
fans get
And you, my
pissed.
dear, are someone who's living in the past. Now
Was
let
it
me show you
Mallard?
what true speed and power looks like. I
One of the
draw.
two.
I summon the Tuna Monster, Red Resonator. Then,
Look, real
I special
cards.
summon my level 6 Red Warg from my hand. He loses half his attack points, but he won't be
That's not a
around for
cost.
very long, so it doesn't matter. Now I tune my 2 monsters
I like how you're
together.
doing that synchro
The
summon
heaven and
animation.
earth shall tremble before the
They
king's might.
go
Let
in-
the power of one and
they go
only
negative
one
and then
supreme ruler
merge together.
be carved into your soul. I synchro summon the savage soul, Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend.
Interesting roar.
What? Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend already? My.
Have you never
He's
seen
not
Jack
around,
Duel?
is
He always
No.
starts with that crap.
No,
It's not
he
that it's
isn't.
Red Rising Dragon.
I never thought I'd get the opportunity to face Scarlight. I don't know if I should be excited or nervous to my core.
You can do
Now,
both.
I'll activate my speed spell, Quick Attack. Normally, summoning Red Warg prevents me from attacking this turn. But
Ah,
thanks
'cause
to
the
this
anime
speed spell,
version.
that rule is broken. However, I can only attack using
I guess it
Starlight
is
this
keeping
turn.
the fact that it's
Now,
in canon with the anime,
Starlight,
so he has to keep
send
it in
that
canon
kettle to
with
the
the anime
scrap heap.
cards.
Absolute
And how much
power
worse
play.
they are sometimes. Ooh. The coaches were destroyed.
My Atlas, you've really made these passengers complain.
You've
What's
caused
going on?
confusion
Why is your
and
monster
delay.
Still on the field? Because if City of Churro would be destroyed, I can decouple some of its coaches instead. Then it can avenge its lost rolling stock by destroying a monster on your field.
Ooh.
Go, Boiler Blast!
Red Gardener.
What? Red Gardener? That's right. This handy little monster can discard itself from my hand to protect my Red Dragon Archfiend. And assuming your monster can do that again, I'll equip to him my Red Tinker, which will
Ooh,
tune up his
support.
attack points by 500. Now I'll set one card face down and have Scarlight do his job.
Again.
Scorching Crimson Flare! Ugh. Oh, boo-hoo!
Even more
I'm not
confusion
gonna
and
throw away
delay.
my chances of winning for you. As long as Red Tinker is equipped to Scarlight, he can't be destroyed or targeted by any of your card effects.
Yeah.
And guess what? He also lets my Scarlight attack twice
What?
this turn. Melt that kettle to slush! Not yet. Go! Signals crossed!
Huh?
Huh, what a nuisance. Sorry, Jackie, but you can't run a red signal. This trap also lets me add a new card to my hand.
Secretary
In
Gate, I mean,
case
she
you
got
were
a
wondering,
search.
I wasn't.
Probably an
I had my
arcade card
turn.
specifically.
And during the end phase, my speed spell Quick Attack allows me to gain 2 extra speed counters
Ooh.
for every attack Scarlight conducted. My turn. I draw.
And then off the spell.
So look,
card.
you
Yeah,
have
take over 1,000
drawing
damage.
me at this. Wait, why are you looking at me like that? I activate
'Cause you're
my
my
second
brick.
speed spell, Angel Baton.
Ooh,
This
you're
lets me
discard
draw 2
fodder now.
cards so long as I discard 1. I think I'll get rid of this plain speaking sort. You son of a! Alright, Shiro, let's give you some goods work. First, some box trucks. And when these are equipped, I get to add another one to my hand.
These R/K is my
and for all
contribution with
you Americans in the
RKO.
audience, I'm not talking about the trucks on the road.
Don't worry,
Now,
I don't need to watch a
let's
specific
roll
dub
wagons,
just because
and
cars
while we're
and
at it,
trucks
let's
are
give him
different.
some coal trucks to
Different.
pull. And lastly, a brake van, just in case there's an emergency. Hold on, that's 4 equipped spells. You only have 3 spell and trap zones in this style of duel. Yes, but my trucks have a special ability where they can be placed in the monster card zones, in addition to the spell and trap zones.
What?
It helps out a lot with space, but don't worry, they don't count as monsters while they're there. But they
they can count as levels, apparently.
Power, and my coal trucks will give him even more fuel to burn. An additional 500 attack points.
Imagine that stuff being
Not
animated.
enough
Think it would be
to
like
scratch your life points,
Transformers
but
up in
more than
here.
enough to clash with your Red Dragon Archfiend. Shuro, slay that dragon! Ember Swarm! I see what you're trying to do. You think your
Red
monster
Tinker
will
still
be the only
equipped.
one left standing? As if. I activate my trap card, Red Gem!
Huh?
This gives Scarlight the energy to survive your monster's attack. Your
Yeah.
kettle may be able to do the same, but not without a cost. You're right. I'll get rid of my brake van. But I'm not complaining. Since I did just that, my monster
Troll's
cannot be
effect
destroyed by
activates.
card effects until the end of the next turn. It's your move.
No, it's only with the coaches. Let's see.
Honestly, that duel runner and that duel pad of yours are supposed to be the future of dueling. With the way it looks, I'd say it's very
I just
much
got
stuck
why
in
it's
the
called
past.
the Speed
Take
Man
my
did
advice
Master
and put your
Faster
model
to
train
Turbo
away
Duel.
before
That took me a
somebody
minute.
breaks it. Here, I'll even give
A
you
lot of
something
minutes.
to help lock it up. I summoned Chain Resonator. And since I did
Oh,
summon
great.
Chain Resonator, I can use its special ability to summon Synchron Resonator.
Great.
Two
Time to
tunes
start
on the
jacking off.
Does that mean you catch on fast for a duelist of your quality?
Thanks, Mr.
I
Stoom.
double tune my resonators with Scarlight. Ruler and Devil, they cross here and now. Touch the heart of the Crimson Dragon and rise to the cry of creation. Burning Synchro Summon. Rise, Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend.
You just got a whole lot harder.
Now, let me show you just how inferior that heap of scrap you're riding on really is. Go, Tyrant! Nuke the field! Absolute power inferno! Those trucks are gonna pay you back, Jackie. You've triggered
Those
my
trucks were
monster's effects
troublesome.
once more. Go, destroy Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend! Alright, I'm getting pretty
Because the brake
tired
van
of
didn't
that
work because it was
stupid
during the
kettle,
damage step.
which is why I'm going to do what I should have done turn 1. Activate Speed Spell, Silver Strike!
What?
Not only does this negate your monster's effect, but since my hand is empty, I get to draw 2 new cards.
Ironically,
I'll
it's Jack
place
using a
one
Stardust
face down
card.
and have Tyrant get rid of your kettle once and for all. Scorching Nova Flare! Ow! Emily, are you alright? I'm fine. Well, at least Churro lets me add my brake van back to my hand. That doesn't matter to me.
You're about to get to turn
You'll probably
3.
need all the support you can get, especially considering this will be your last turn. So come on, I already went through this much trouble to show you Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. Let's see if you're worth it. If you insist. I draw! Ah, Midlander, right on time. Pleasure to be of service, Mom. Now let's show this Master of Faster just what rookies can do. Alright, Jack. I'll start by summoning this monster from my hand. Go, Edward Thomas! Another kettle, I see. Why don't you stop playing trains and show me a real monster? You have no respect for preservationists, do ya? Now, as I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted, when Edward Thomas
Both
is
wise
summoned, I
and
can look
cheeky
at
at
the
the
top
same
3 cards of my
time.
deck. I can then add 1 Railway Knight card to my hand and send the rest to the grave. What do you think, Dolgok? I won't be much help.
I think I'm in the
at this
graveyard.
moment. Best to go all out and finish this duel while we have the chance. Very well then. Now, by shunting away a few of my coaches and trucks, I can special summon Railway Knight Midlander. And here I was thinking your plays couldn't be even more ridiculous. Just
It's
what
a
do you hope
tuner.
to achieve by using that spam can? Well, not only does Midlander lose a level for each of the cards that I shunted, but he's also a tuner monster. I'll also equip my Break Van to him, so he can gain a few extra levels. Now then,
God, I wanna
Jackie,
play this
let me
archetype.
show you what a real engine can do. I tune together my level 2 Midlander with my level 2 Break Van and my level 4 Thomas Edward, loyal knight with a heart of steel. Ignite your fire within and thunder down the line of victory. I synchro summon the pride of the line, Railway Knight, Flying Scotsman!
Heck yeah. Maybe like a summoning chant too. Or summoning animation, I mean to say.
Alright, Thomas,
Here's a bit for
Midlander,
him.
let's give Scotsman some coaches to pull. Some express coaches, to be exact. I'll even add a few extras in my hand. It looks like this train is
Be
fully
careful.
booked to see
Your
Jack
own
Atlas
unequipped
lose.
spell could burn
Now,
you
for
out
every
that you
one of
started at
Flying
the beginning of the
Scotsman's
duel.
precious express coaches, your Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend loses 500 attack points. What? Oh, my precious dragon! You've stripped him of his power! Oh, I've done a lot more than that, Jack. I've set myself up for victory. You see, for every express coach Scotsman has, he can attack that many times this turn.
What?
3 express coaches means 3 attacks. Flying Scotsman, destroy his Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend! Pacific Steel Slash!
Cool.
Ah! Now show Jack who's truly living in the past. Finish off the rest of his life points! What's so funny? Oh, it's just... You think it's so easy for that little scrap metal of yours to dethrone the king.
What?
I'll be willing to swallow my pride and say that this move has caught me off guard. But this duel is far from over. I activate my
Does
trap
this mean you guys
card.
title back from
Reject
Yuya to become
reborn.
king again, or do you think Yuya just
I thought that would
like
be a
it's
trap
sort of like
card.
how
It's a good thing Flying
Red
Scotsman
lost the
has an
title of being
ability of his
champion
own.
because he left for
By
too
departing
long?
with some of his passengers, he can negate your trap card's effect and destroy it.
Ooh.
Well, it looks like this duel really is over. Flying Scotsman, end this!
Uh-oh, the music changed.
What-
What up?
What? Where did he come from? Oh, you mean
Patrol
my patrol
resonator.
resonator? You see, he's like my bodyguards. He puts my life above himself. So, if my life points are threatened, he can summon himself from my hand. That big piece of scrap iron might as well be a toy train. Ugh.
I mean, in a way it
Fine.
was.
There's nothing else I can do. I end my turn.
Well, there goes that final gambit.
Meh.
Don't lose your fun yet. We still have another chance. All we have to do is survive this next turn, and we'll be able to turn this duel around.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, which is very, very, very rare, but at the end of my turn, your speed spell would expire, inflicting 1,000 points of damage to you for all those equipped spells you've activated.
You're about to
So
lose the
I
duel.
could just end my turn here and have that be the end of it. But where's the thrill in that? Let's have my victory be absolute! I activate my last speed spell, Element
That is a
Baton.
Jack move.
This lets me substitute my Resonator with another monster in my grave. So you can bring back your Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. Not a chance. Flying Scotsman, negate! You keep aiming for these targets, but your shots only miss! Now I can bring out my real ticket to victory. I tribute my Resonator in order to summon Red Visionary!
What?
Since she was special summoned this way, I can bring back one monster from my graveyard with its effects negated.
Uh-oh.
Can you guess which one? The answer's 4 simple words. Scarlight, Red Dragon Archfiend!
Oh, great. So they get a new form.
Oh no! Wait. Well, you almost had me worried there, Jack. Then again, even if your monster did have its effect, it's weaker than my Flying Scotsman thanks to my own monster's ability. So it looks like your chances of victory have gone up in smoke. Don't even count me out for a second. I won't give you the pleasure of paying off that life point debt that you've been building up for yourself. What? How do you know about my last speed spell? I had my suspicions. Plus,
So
you
she had a
just
plan in
confirmed it
case
to
of...
me.
Oh, great.
But
You idiots.
regardless, I said you wouldn't last until the end
How'd
of
you
this
know about the
turn,
fake
and I'm a man of
Samurai
my
Tales?
word.
Because you
I
just told me,
banished Patrol
box boy.
Resonator from my graveyard in order to add
she had a
this
plan
card
just
to
in
my
case the
hand.
equipped skeleton
Go!
would go way too
Absolute
wide.
Power Force!
Oh, great.
What? No! Yes! Thanks to this spell card, not only does Scarlight gain an extra 1,000 attack points, but it can deal double the damage! And for good measure,
crap baskets.
I'll banish my Red Visionary from the field, giving Scarlight an extra 500 attack for every Resonator in my graveyard!
No.
5,000 attack points? So thank you for wasting our time with your boring little history lesson. But I'm bringing things back to the present. Scarlight, end this duel. Retire her rusty knight with absolute power force.
What am I looking at? A runner? Dang. Came
Well,
so
I
close,
can't
too.
say I'm surprised. But hey, at least the rookie was able to put up somewhat of a fight.
Right? Unfortunately, she reached her third
And that's
turn.
what happens when you
encounter.
mess with the Speed King. So whoever dares challenge the Master of Faster in the Grand Finals, better make sure to bring a real duel runner next time. Emily,
Because
are
that
you
was your
alright?
Flying Scotsman
Yeah,
getting
I'm
destroyed
alright.
that we saw.
Bloody heck. What were you thinking of giving him another turn?
There wasn't much else we could do, Douglas. You're getting angry over nothing.
No, I'm getting angry because you were betting everything on him just slacking about and using another spell card. Oh yes, my speed spell, Sideswipe. It would have neutralized the damage we took from Iron Coupling, and then we would have gained life points equal to half that. But no, you really thought he was just gonna give you another turn? You really thought that, eh? Well, if that's how he would have done it, maybe Zark could have taken over this world sooner. Douglas.
Got a point.
No.
I mean,
no,
sometimes
Tally
people
Clayton.
do just pass if they're about to win anyway and then
For
pay
once,
for
he's
it.
Right. It was a stupid plan betting on that spell. We were
Well,
just
having
no
the spell in the
match
first
for a
place wasn't
legendary
terrible.
duelist. Let's just hope we have better luck in the Grand Prix.
Looks better without the hat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, where the real duels will
I
start.
mean, I guess Jack growing his hair out more does make sense. It's been years later, of course. Wait, no, you did use Flying Scotsman clips from Thomas, so yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why we're having credits here. I mean, I'm going to do part 2 immediately after, but alright. To be honest, I thought Emily was going to win the duel against Jack, but I guess it's good to show that the king is still the king for a reason. Like, so much of this, so many things we see, just like, you know, you can't, it's just like, and then she takes down the old guard and shows that how powerful she is, but, you know, this is a scenario where, like, if you do that, then you're able to marry Sue. If you don't do that, well, then it's like, well, then you just proved that the legends were, oh, good, you're protecting the legends again. there's no winning in that scenario. And if it's a draw, I just like, well, what the fuck was the point? Then I bitch. So, there's no winning, really. But I guess it's good to show off that Jack hasn't lost a beat and is still, well, the king. And Emily is a very powerful duelist to be able to go up to him in the first place. And this is as coach showing off that that more benefits of him going gotcha now. Not only can we do females now, we can also bring back legacy characters. Well, more legacy characters. I mean, he probably could have originally. I mean, we saw it in a couple of episodes, but, now he could bring back more if he wishes to. Probably will use it sparingly still, but this is an excuse where you can get away with it. So, yeah, interesting introduction. I also have more to say after part 2, of course. But speaking of part 2, let's get into it now. You spelled duelist wrong in part 2. Good job.
I'm begging you. Don't. Oh, and one more thing that you should probably be aware of.
Dang.
What?
It's back in, season 2.
Road. No! No! Ah!
I guess this is just to set up, where this takes place in the timeline.
And so Sir Hayden chuffed to the carriage shed. He eyed the coaches.
Whatever next?
He fumed.
Those aren't coaches. They're cattle trucks.
Ooh, they screamed. What a horrid engine.
It's not what I'm used to. Though, seriously, can you change these? These coaches, they're horrible. They really are. If I'm to be pulling a passenger train in this episode, then at least give me some sensible bogey coaches to pull. Hey, stop laughing. This is serious.
What's funny is that when you think about his
Sorry,
backstory, it's
Sir
like,
Hayden.
bitch, what are you complaining about?
and you
What
don't get upset.
was it better with
Just
Duke?
because you're called Sir doesn't mean we have to treat you like a Duke. Isn't that right,
What's with my echo?
What's the matter, my friend?
Guess with your
Don't you
spirits.
feel that?
Feel what? Oh. Yes, I do. Feels
Powerful.
The chaos succeeds.
Tally? What's happening? Is this an earthquake?
No, it's something else. Brace yourself. Okay. What was that? I don't know. It felt like dual spirit energy, like us, but I've never felt anything that powerful
Or dangerous? Guys?
Emily, what's the matter? Bust my boiler! What in the name of Nigel Gresley is that?
Damn. So that's when Dark was attacking. I had a feeling.
What the is going on? Language! We're facing the apocalypse and that's all you care about?
Lads, with all due respect, I think we have bigger problems.
That's a reasonable reaction. If you imagine you look out your window, part of your entire world is destroyed,
Not again.
and then there's a giant dragon outside.
Emily, my dear, please. It's all right. Calm down. Easy, dear. Easy. We're here for you, my girl. We're here for you. Easy. That's it.
Many years later, after the heroes saved the day,
Alright, this is where I heard he'll be. Are you sure you want to settle this now? If he's at the hospital, it can't be for any good reason. Reason smeasion, Dolgok. I already went through enough trouble for him getting those replacement parts to mend his duel runner. He owes me a
Blur,
rematch.
maybe?
And considering the bad shape it was in the last time, it makes me wonder what kind of trouble this gets himself into. Sorry, but you know what my father always says. No good deed goes unpunished.
Ain't that the
Sometimes
truth?
I wonder if you take too much advice from that man. Or even Douglas, for that matter. Well, I suppose I can't stop you. Just make sure he's in the mood for visitors.
Ain't gonna be seeing Sully. Sully's dead. Yep, there's Blur. Dang, then again, he crashed into a wall, so I'm not surprised.
Day 20. Still not able to walk. I'm bored. I'm in pain. I'm depressed.
At least I don't have a giant bird
And I feel
gawking
like an
at me.
idiot.
Where's Pinky?
Sully. I can't let you hurt anyone else. If these are the lengths you're gonna go with me, then I don't have much of a choice, do I? It's just a shame that every day until then is gonna drag on like crazy.
Gonna be even worse when
wish
Pink Lightning
something
shows
would
up.
happen. Hey!
Huh? You turned Vespa Queen into a human.
Oh, hello there.
Not
Are you
Vespa
Dr.
Queen,
Graves? Not
Volcarona.
really the gecko I was expecting. You probably scare more patients than you do help them. No, it's me, you idiot! Havoc! General Havoc?
That's what you look like?
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, taking a lot
That
of
was
jobs.
expecting,
Can't
to
forget
be
half
honest.
The people who hand them to me.
Then again,
Yeah,
they've seen in
that's
live
right.
action for so
I
long.
gave you a job. I gave you a job to hand to me, Hugo Celadon, alive. But instead, you help him! Now, I don't have an army, and I especially don't have Hugo thanks to you. What kind of bounty hunter are you? One who knows better than to trust a guy named Havoc.
Now go lose to Hugo. Oh, no, he already did at that point.
You know, if I were
I
you,
think. I don't know.
I'd probably change that name to something a little bit more gentle. I don't know, maybe Terry or Jonathan. I don't know, something a little bit more trustworthy. Then you probably would have thrown me off course. But your parents really must have had no faith in you if they were going to give you a name like Havoc. I mean, they do say names have power. That's it! I've had it up to here with being pushed around. I should be the one doing that to others, not the other way around. I've already had everything practically stripped away from me because of gets like you. And now, I'm gonna get back at every
You had a
single
clear
one of
winged
them that did
synchro
me
dragon and
wrong.
still managed to
Right
lose.
now, you're on top of that list. So stand up and duel! Whoa,
Surprised
whoa,
not
whoa.
Hugo,
In case
but
you
after
haven't
you
noticed,
lost to
pal,
him, not
this
surprised.
wheelchair doesn't really come with a built-in duel pad. Oh,
You should have
so
dueled one of
you're
my
vulnerable
characters.
now.
She has
Well,
it.
that'll make beating you all the easier. I might not even have to duel you. I could just get out my duel pad and wipe your mind clean on the spot. So get comfy in that wheelchair, blue hair, because sitting in it is the last thing you'll do. Oi,
And then Emily
what's
shows
going
up.
on here? Oh, what now? Who's this? Oh, hey Emily. Long time no see. Yes, clearly. Good grief, what in the name of Raw happened to you? I forgot to look both ways while crossing the street. They warned us, Emily. They warned us. Ow.
Actually, I wasn't hit by a car. That's the weird part. I slipped on a
Who's
banana
that bounce
peel.
pop
This
now?
happened.
Oh, just some jerk seeking revenge or whatever. If you're here for that rematch, sorry, not really in the best condition at the moment.
I
You
noticed.
think you can deal with him for me?
I'm gonna be out of commission until we need we can get a
Anything
giant
else you'd like to
turkey.
add to the long list of favors that you owe me? Well, now that you mention it, my duel runner kinda got totaled again.
You need to stop doing
Won't
that.
be long. I can't go through one encounter without someone else butting in, can't I? Hasn't anyone told
know the
you
feeling.
people how rude that is? Hasn't anyone told you not to pick on a crippled person? No, actually. It's called survival of the fittest, love. Now,
It's called
move
basic human
aside.
decency.
Blue
You
hair's
shouldn't need to be
mine.
told not to do that.
Sorry, sir.
Unless you're like
but I
two.
believe my list of favors is much longer than yours. So, if you want to get to this idiot, you're going to have to go through me. So be it. I could use a warm-up anyway.
You know, I
But
never
be
picked.
warned, my dear.
I never
An
pictured
imperfect
Havoc
like
with
yourself
fangs.
is no match for me.
But I kind of picture it with the
Perfect.
fangs. Like,
What's
you know,
that
it was never
supposed to
described
mean?
as having fangs,
It
but I can
means
see
your
it.
flaws will be the key to your
Especially with
downfall.
his fen rears.
Prepare to eat your local delicacy of dirt. Let's duel!
Okay, then. This is how the dual
I'll
pads
go
look
first
from
if
going
you don't
forward.
mind.
Alright.
Draw. I'll start by opening the doors to my marshalling yard.
Hmm?
But you can't run a marshalling yard without an engine. Luckily, this spell card lets me add one to my hand. Next, I summon the tuna monster, Railway Knight Tally Glidden. And Tally here's a leader of sorts. he rallies some of the other monsters from my deck straight to work. Next, by discarding a card, I can special summon Railway Knight Duelist to the field. He means well, but he can be a bit of a rough rider. In
Bitch.
fact, his rock and rolling forces him to lose a level for every other monster on my field.
There's a bit
But
of
that's a
Duncan
bonus
too.
in this case. Now I tune level 1 Taliclin and level 5 Douglas. Time to ignite the heart of a coal-burning hero and synchro summon Railway Knight City of Churro.
He's
Now
back.
that the bigger engine is pulled into the station, the shunters will do their job and arrange the train. And according to the schedule, City of Churro is arranged to pull the express, so I'll add 2 express coaches and use my marshalling yard to equip a 3rd one from my graveyard. And for every coach coupled up, my monster gains 200 extra attack points. That'll do for now.
Alright.
I end my turn.
Solid start.
Synchro users. Such impure summoning methods are only fitting for the likes of you.
How's your
Well,
clear wing
who
doing?
exactly did you tick off? Hey, when I accept a job, I don't look for answers. It's too much time. I make my own. Now,
I know it's
if
a
you're
rando,
done
but we
with
can
the
imagine
fancy
that
talk
human
from
in the
La La
background
Land,
is
It's
Blur.
my move. I draw. Since my field is empty, I can special summon Frenzy Cluster. But it won't be around for long, because by banishing it and throwing away a card in my hand that I don't need, I get to special
So it
summon
throws
2
away his entire
Frenzy Hounds
hand.
from my deck. But why stop at 2? You see, the card I discarded was my Frenzy Garnet, and since it was, not only can I summon a 3rd Hound from my deck, but I get to add a specific card from my deck to my hand. All that trouble just to summon 3 monsters with no effects?
You've never met an evolution
You have
duelist
no idea
before.
who you're dealing with, do you?
Oh, I
But
do. That's why I'm
you
not
are
scared of you.
sort of right. Now, I play the card I added, the EXP card Shadow Fire.
Oh,
This
boy.
lets me evolve all 3 of my hounds. I expand the DNA strand using the dark flames of destruction. May these flames twist and turn until they create the ultimate mutations. Triple evolution summon. My great
That's cool,
pack
not gonna
of
lie.
Frenzy Fenriers.
That too. They all howl like mighty Annas.
Evolution summon? So, this is that new summoning method that we heard about.
Making wild mutt
Indeed.
sounds.
Best we be careful.
I mean original
are
wild
you
mutt, not
talking to?
OVA.
Sorry, force of habit. Only happens when I'm bored, though.
Wait,
You can be
OVA,
assured such
UAF.
things.
What am I
Wait,
saying?
Are you saying I'm boring you? She said it, not you. Can it, blue hair? I'm coming after you next. Now, as I was going to say, normally Shadowfire's backlash would kick in, inflicting damage to my life points. But instead,
Fenrir
one
prevents
of my
that.
Fenrirs can absorb the damage and inflict 400 of it back to you instead. Ugh. All that just for 400 points of damage.
There's more
Don't
coming.
overlook the 3 powerful monsters that are ready to rip your tin can a new one. But before they do, I'll equip one of them with my Frenzy Fangs, giving them a
Great.
300 attack point power up.
400
Now
according to
I'll
the
have
card
that
art.
Frenzy Fenrir.
Card
Crush your
text.
walking
Whoops.
tin can. Burning Dark Flame. Ugh. Nice try, but City of Churro has a failsafe. If it would be destroyed, I can decouple some of its coaches instead, and then he can destroy a card on your side of the field. Destroy one of his hounds with Boiler Blast! Ha! Shows what you know. I banished Shadowfire from my graveyard to negate my monster's destruction.
Right.
And guess what? My fangs have another effect. By throwing away another card in my hand, my Fenrir can attack your monster again!
The multiple attacking this two-parter.
You really shouldn't have done that. Because
Now I
now
can do it
Churro gets a
again.
chance to destroy your Fenrir. Blast it again! Wait, what? Ugh!
Got a
Why
once
isn't
per
that
turn.
Fine, I'll have
Bad
my
card
second
making.
Fenrir destroy it. Wait, what? Not a clever move, my friend. Since you did that, Churro can now destroy the Fenrir that hasn't attacked yet. Go!
Why were you not destroying the Fenrir that hadn't
bloody
attacked
effect.
yet constantly?
You got lucky.
I guess
Luck
destroying
has
one with the
nothing to
Eclipse
do
spell
with it.
makes sense,
You were
though.
the one who decided to throw all of your monsters at me. Was all that extra damage really worth losing some of your board?
Yes, evidently.
This is why people such as yourself are imperfect. You clearly don't know a good strategy when it's right in
Blah,
front.
blah, blah, perfect.
Now, before
blah,
I pass
blah,
on the
blah.
baton,
I
I'll
am
discard
superior.
my
Blah,
Frenzy
blah,
Shard
blah,
from my
blah,
hand.
blah.
By doing so, and banishing one of the Frenzy monsters in my graveyard, I get to draw 2 new cards. I'll place 1 face down and end my turn. Make it yours. Ah, how kind of you. I draw. And during your draw phase, I'll immediately activate my face down card. It's called Frenzy Hunting Game, and it lets me destroy a card on
Interesting
your side of
artwork.
the field for every Frenzy monster on mine. I'll demolish your shunting yard. Ugh.
Great.
Here I was thinking that you were a gentleman, but
Why
still,
would you
that
think
only proves
that?
my point. If you saved 1 or 2 of your monsters, you could have targeted and destroyed more of my cards. Are you sure I don't know who I'm dealing with? Yes, you don't. You clearly don't know a good strategy when you see one. Pah! What a
I
load
do
of
Jack
sludge.
Atlas.
He calls this a great strategy. I'll say, his deck is so out of whack. Probably just some newcomer that Blur ticked off.
Oh.
Again with the talking to yourself? Okay, are you senile or just plain stupid? Sorry, mate, but the only stupid one here is you. You only have 1 hound left protecting your life points, and it won't take me much effort to get past it. Here, I'll show you. I summon the Tuna Monster, Railway Knight Dulgok. And with his effect, I can summon another Railway Knight monster from my hand. Come forth, Edward Thomas! And when Edward Thomas is summoned, I can excavate the top 3 cards of my deck. Long story
I'm for
short,
Edward
I can choose
Thomas,
1
Edward
to add
Henry,
to my
1, 2,
hand,
3.
the other 2 go to the grave. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm able to beat you this turn.
So I will.
But better play it safe. I'll choose this card, the other 2 go to the grave.
What? Hey, you're not even going to use me in this duel?
Not every duelist has to see your ugly mug, Sir Hayden.
Sure.
Thank you, Edward. Edward? As in, the monster? Is she talking to her cards? Now, I'll equip one of
She
my
would laugh
engines
at
with
that.
some rolling stock to shunt out of the
Oil
way.
tankers.
These oil tankers require precision, so I'll give them to Edward Thomas. He's normally a very gentle engine. Now,
Well,
I'll tune my level
he's
2
part
Gold
Thomas,
Dog
then
with
no,
my
he
level
isn't.
2 oil tankers and level
He
4
also needs to be
Edward
taught
Thomas.
that patience is a
What?
virtue
Okay,
every other
I don't
episode.
know much about synchro
There's a hit
summoning,
error.
but I'm pretty sure you can't use an equip spell. You can in this deck.
I like how we're explaining
Synchro
this now
summon
in the second
level
part.
8, Railway Knight Green Arrow! With his
Ooh,
arrival at the
that's a bit more
station,
deep
a
cut.
few effects activate. First,
Flying Scots is
Dulgok and
more
Edward
well known,
Thomas
but
will
Green
fetch
Arrow's a
him
bit of a
some
stretch for
Trunchbull.
some.
I'll give him
I don't know if it would be
a
too
flatbed
deep in the
and
iceberg,
some
but I think it would be
box
a lower level
He's
than
a
the
heavy goods
surface.
engine, you see, so he's used to the extra weight. Also, since my oil tankers have hit the graveyard, they self-destruct, destroying 1 monster along with them. But that's
Bye,
not
Fenrir.
all. You also take 1,000 points of damage. What? Ah! Fine, take out my Fenrir. What do I care? Oh, you'll
You should
in a
care because
moment,
you're about to
trust me.
lose.
Now, I'll use the effect of my wagons to add my coal trucks to my hand. I'll have them coupled up to the train, and while we're at it, I activate my spell card, Shunting. This card has a handful of effects. I'll be activating 1 of them. By returning City of Churro back to the sheds, I can equip 2 more cards from my deck. I'll equip some more box wagons and a brake van to couple behind. What the heck are you doing placing those things in your monster card zones? What are you, loony? No, that's just their special ability.
That's how the deck works.
Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to mention, thanks to my coal trucks, my battling monster gains an additional 500 attack points.
And you only have
That should be
3,000
more
life
than
points
enough
left.
to bring you to your final stop. Now, Green Arrow, attack his life points directly! Go, Side Rod Slingshot! Not so fast. You can't get rid of me that easily.
Don't
Since you're
we
attacking
know
my
it?
life points directly,
We thought we
I
did
can
get rid of
special
you, and now
summon
here
my
you
Frenzy
are.
Berserker from my hand in defense mode, and he can't be
He's
destroyed
like a
by
dinosaur.
battle. You took the bait.
Huh?
Bait! I assume that you had something like that to save you, which is why I'm still attacking. Because Green Arrow is
Can
a
attack
monster that
multiple
can
twice.
inflict piercing
Nice. Oh,
damage.
nope, that
What?
instead.
Ugh! Also, By departing with
I
some
would
of
stop
his
attacking
trucks,
anyway.
Green Arrow can attack your monster again.
If I had
Go!
a nickel for every time someone
Well, to
attacked
be
more
on the
than
safe
once,
side,
I'd have
I'm
4
banishing
nickels,
my
which isn't
frenzy
a lot,
crystal
but it's
from
weird
my
that happened 4
graveyard.
times.
By doing so, along with another frenzy monster, the damage I take is halved. Not bad, but that's not until the end of the turn, if I believe. And Green Arrow's goods run is far from done. Green Arrow, attack him again! Ah! And one more for the road. Green Arrow, finish him. No, you don't. I banish my Frenzy Garnet from my graveyard. If I would take battle damage that would make my life point 0, I can nullify the damage
That's very
and
specific.
automatically end the battle phase.
Of
So much
course,
for
what a
smooth
very
run.
specific
Oh,
situational
well.
effect.
Looks like you've got your big break, whoever you are. But I'm not finished just yet. During my second main phase, I'll banish my flatbeds from my
I said I should
graveyard.
have known
By
how
doing
it would
so,
be
I
gone
can
for good.
return
We
some
never
of my
used the rank
rolling
up
stock to
magic
the shunting
stuff.
yard and draw 1 card. I place 2 cards face down and end my turn. Go on, it's your move, but I doubt you'll be able to do much with it, considering the state of your deck.
Last time you said that, you got your butt
Doesn't
kicked.
seem to have that much skill, but you shouldn't underestimate him nonetheless.
Never underestimate
Oh,
a
don't worry
duelist,
about it,
no
Tally.
matter what
He's just
table
like
you're
those
at,
hounds
especially if it's 500.
bark,
God
no
for
bite.
do not
Will
just
you
do not
stop
underestimate
talking to yourself, you
500.
senile brat?
Even
You're
they don't
creeping
know
me
what they're
out.
doing.
I draw! Not what I was hoping for at this current time. But
Brick.
I can make up for it. I activate the second special ability of my Berserker. By throwing away a card in my hand that I don't need, I get to add my banished Shadow Fire back to my hand. The card I
Okay.
discarded was my Frenzy Sample, which lets me draw 2 cards.
Better draw normal amongst them.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
Now, I'm going to make you regret ever doubting my abilities. I switch
doubt
my
far more than your
Berserker into
abilities, don't
attack
worry.
mode to prepare for your inevitable onslaught. Then, I summon my Frenzy Pup.
You mean you're
and
gonna be
activate
onslaughted?
the spell card Frenzy Call. By discarding another card from my hand, I can summon another pup from my deck. Then I once again play Shadow Fire!
Great.
Already know what it does, so let's get into the meat of things. I expand the DNA strand. May these 2 pups become the ultimate frenzy killers. Behold, as the dark flames of destruction
You take burn damage at the
transform them
end.
into the most terrifying hounds you will ever see. Double evolution summon, Frenzy Beta!
We've seen Alpha before. Werehog. We saw Alpha, but here's the
Only
Beta.
2,300 attack points?
Look out for the Sigmas.
Normally, yes, and I would take damage because of Shadow Fire. But, thanks to these
They're
guys,
lone wolves
I
and
don't
are
have
so
to do
boring.
that. One of them absorbs the damage and then adds it to their attack
It's not
points.
Beta, it's
Sorry,
Beta.
scratch
My
that.
mistake.
The attack points of every frenzy monster on my field!
Jeebus.
Oh. I knew I shouldn't have gotten rid of those coal trucks.
God, I was too
It
excited
wouldn't
there,
have
eh?
mattered to me either way. I would have gladly sacrificed one of my hounds if it meant I would have gone for your throat. Yeah, you've proven that to me already.
Several
now,
times.
Frenzy Berserker! Tear her toy train apart! Burning Shadow Wrath! Oh,
Or
no,
Frenzy
you
Berserker,
don't.
I don't see any.
I activate the trap card, switch tracks.
Huh?
Good thing I got this set. Actually, you should have added one of your monsters to your hand, because it won't work on me. I activate my Beta's second ability. Since you activated a spell or trap during my turn, I can banish an EXP card to negate
Those pups are
and
treated
destroy
as.
it. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Berserker, tear her toy apart!
Great.
I told
Kinda
you.
cool.
I told you you should be more careful.
Yes, and I should have listened to you, as always. Ugh, there you go, talking to yourself again. I swear, who are you? Wait. Are you talking to your cards?
In a way, yes.
You are, aren't you? I could have sworn I heard you say the name of one of them before. You are talking to your cards. Why? They're just trading cards. They're not real. They have no value. They're just things, pieces of cardboard. Or data in this case. Really? You really think that these cards are nothing more than data or cardboard or something disposable?
I said
Well,
before that we had like
I
main
can't say I
spirits, but I
blame
forgot
you,
the main.
considering the
the-
horrendous
forgot
way
the
that
main
you've been
bad,
dueling.
the main bad guy was freaking
Horrendous.
spirits.
I'm sorry. Who has the
I
upper
haven't
hand
seen
in
people
this
with
situation?
spirits of their
Me,
own in the main
considering
cast.
I have the better deck, and I know that's a hollow excuse.
With the better
considering
deck,
so many
she says
duelists
while
throw it
versing.
around. But to be honest, I think it's true in this case. Believe me, I know how strange it is that I'm talking to my cards, but at least I have some faith in them. You, on the other hand, probably have no faith in your deck whatsoever. Faith? Are you serious? Faith in nothing but disposable cardboard? The only thing these things are good for is the game we're playing. For devastating our opponents
Not
with these
inaccurate.
unstoppable strategies. What strategy? Your deck has hardly any cohesion. Throughout this entire duel, I feel like your deck is working against itself, throwing away cards it doesn't want, chewing away its resources like they're nothing,
If that is,
solely focused on power and nothing else.
isn't that kind of
This
the
isn't
theme of the
strategy,
deck? You know,
It's just mindless havoc.
you know my name,
Yeah?
right?
Well, guess what?
That's
Your
kind of
opinion
if
is
that's
wrong,
kind of how the
and
ancient.
so are you.
Your opinion
I
is
don't need
shit.
to take
It's
deck
fucking
building
shit.
or dueling advice
My
from a
favorite Sesame Street
senile
book.
woman like yourself. As far as I'm aware, you're an imperfect, and it's my job to put you down, like the mad dog you are. Now, where
Mad.
were we? Ah, yes. Attack her life points directly! I'm not mad. Not at you, and not in here. Believe me, you're not the first person to tell me that. But I don't care. Sometimes in life, it's the little things that keep us going.
Ain't that
And I know
truth.
that all too well. So sure, call me crazy, senile, insane, whichever you prefer. I've heard it all before, and I very well know that you are not worth my time. Oh? And where are these voices now? Huh? Are they gonna jump out of nowhere and beat me up?
Oh my god.
Actually,
RK hears
yes,
voices in her head.
I activate my
She's
second
Randy
trap
Orton,
card.
but a
Time to
girl.
call the breakdown train.
Huh?
This trap not only resurrects the monster you just destroyed, but both of these cranes count as a tuner monster.
What?
A tuner? Wait, hold on. So you can, that's right, perform a synchro summon right here and now. I tune my level 2
Immediately.
cranes with my level 8 green arrow.
Flying
From the
Scotsman.
glorious days of steampunk machinery, I bring back a true titan of the past. Steam once more and thunder down the line with pride. Synchro summon, level 10, Railway Knight Mallard!
Hi, Spencer. You mean silver like him.
Wha-
You used
No!
Gordon to show
He's
Spencer.
too strong for my
I-
monsters! Fine, I'm done. I end my turn. There's nothing I can do. But don't think that you've won just yet. After all, your Mallard only has one attack, and I have 3 powerful monsters that are strong enough to protect my life points. Oh?
Have you not been into
Are
this
you sure
entire
about that?
two-parter? Multiple
Yes,
attacking,
wait.
bitch.
Oh no! I forgot. I switched my Berserker into attack mode. Exactly.
Oh yeah, it's
Now,
small brain
all
time.
I have to do is attack that Berserker and this duel's mine. But you really got on my nerves with that comment earlier, so you know what? I'm going to show you just how slim your chances of winning were. I activate Mallard's special ability, letting me equip up to 6 spell cards from my hand, deck, or graveyard to him.
What?
What? 6? That's insane! Well, there are a few restrictions and reasons why it's that number specifically, but I've wasted enough time with you as it is.
So we'll learn that
Let's
one
just
in
say
a future
it's because
episode.
of the combined effort of most of the monsters in my graveyard. As for
I
what
see.
train Mallard is to pull, I say the Grand High Speed Express. So I'll take 3 express coaches, 2 first class coaches, and a brake coach, just in case. Oh, and keep in mind, since my express coaches are equipped, my monster gains an additional attack for each of them. 3 express coaches means 3 attacks. Oh, actually no, make that 5, because my first class coaches count as express coaches while they're on the field. Oh, and lastly, thanks to my brake coach, my monster can't be targeted. No, 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 not another loss, no!
Well, if you don't want a loss, don't be a loser.
Railway Knight Mallard, attack all of his monsters and end this duel! High Speed Strike!
Maybe start learning from your losses. You refuse to do that, which is why this keeps happening to you.
No!
Cool.
So,
Good work there.
Havoc, you had your fun yet? Because I know I have, seeing you get schooled like that. No! Unacceptable!
Conditions.
This isn't over. I'll remember this, kid. I'll remember this!
Or my hair
And
isn't a
as for you,
Volcarona.
Oh, don't plan on going anywhere, because I'll be back for you!
Right.
Right, now that that's taken care of, how did you get into this mess? Well...
This is a story all about how
It's
my life got flipped, turned
personal.
upside down.
That was very mature of you, Emily.
Beating the crap out of
Offering
another
him
person.
free repairs after everything he's been through. It looked like he needed it. It is a shame, though, you couldn't spare that same restraint during your duel. I'm sorry, Dolgok, but you know how personal it
He
is.
deserved it.
All too well, but you can't just lash out at anyone who judges you. You have to learn to ignore them. Otherwise, it might be your own doing.
If it happens over and over again, then,
I suppose. Though to be honest, the
ignoring
only thing
doesn't
that's
work
going to be my own
sometimes.
doing is having to do all of these repairs for Blur. Seriously.
They
I've
always
solved
say
the state
ignore
of
the
his duel
bullies. It
runner.
rarely actually
It's going to take
works.
me
You know what
months
works
just to get that thing
sometimes?
back
Punch them in
together.
the fucking mouth.
I don't know what that idiot does in his
Everyone's
free
got a
time,
plan till they get
but
punched
that
in the
blue headache
face.
is gonna have to realize that he's not the only one whose duel runner needs repairs. Oh well, we spent enough time away from work as it is. Come on, let's head back to the garage. You lads want to listen to some tunes?
Always. Oh,
Not as
yes,
expecting,
this
but
one's
that
the
works
best
too.
one.
Hey, rubbish. No, live and learn's the best one.
Hey, no, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Who
No, it
cares?
isn't.
It's good. There, it's all good
that
music.
bloody song
Oh,
won an
don't
Academy
stop
Award
that
for crying
again.
out loud.
That overrated trash is nothing more than fluff.
Who you think
That's
you
a
are
nice shot.
interrupting me like that?
Interrupting you! You are the one who interrupted me, you disgusting little
Upper class snob.
Eiffel Tower fuddle butter brains, Scottish twit, boiler bug.
Shut up. This is just what Chaz goes through with the Ojamas daily. Oh, I think it matters. Where do you think that theme was just called Sadness? The use of Blur's design in this video. Alright, so that's where you got from. Makes sense. Imagine it added in the whole damage and whatnot, but Alright, so now we've been properly introduced to Emily the Railway Duelist. I'm gonna make sure I called her the right thing. Yes, I did. Okay, good. Just want to double check since she's a new character and all. I like her, you know. Oh, it just, she introduces a bit more, things to it, like just the fact that we have a character that has spirits with them at all times. Again, the original cast didn't really have that. Of course, the main bad guys were spirits, which I forgot to mention. But, we haven't had one that had spirits really at all, and now we have one that's got like 8. Not 8, 6, but you know, it's like that's quite the jump, and it takes me to get used to. Of course, it's been implied that there have been some spirits, people that had spirits and whatnot, but this might just be because you can do this now in Gacha, where it was harder in live action, but still, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Could have had a card floating or something, but whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Hey. The gotcha come over was... the funny thing is I knew that we were going to go gotcha eventually. It's just as soon as you saw the season 3 finale with the gotcha, with frickin' what was it? Draco going gotcha and Hugo's brother being gotcha. It's like, yep, it's coming. Not a question of if, just when, and yeah. But yeah, as for Emily herself, I like her. I like her deck. It's kind of one I'd want to play IRL, and I like all the in-jokes and her references and whatnot. She's an interesting character, who cares about people and protecting others, but is considered crazy and probably had some PTSD from Zark. I can see why she's seen as crazy considering how rare spirits are in this world, and, well, she's got them, so... yeah, she could be seen as a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, especially for those who can't see it. But then again, Havoc was already an asshole, so him acting like an asshole isn't actually staying in character. I imagine after the whole Zark incident, she has PTSD because, yeah, understandably so. You don't need to explain why. And I imagine that when she joins the group of friends, she'll just, well, like the main heroes, she's gonna be like, so what are you guys all doing? Oh, we're trying to make sure Zark doesn't come back. I'm in. Get me in. I never want that to happen again. Anyone ever. Let's get in this. Because she was fortunate enough to, like, have some friends that were able to calm her down, and especially considering she was probably at a young age at the time. I don't want to guess, like, the age number, but probably, like, I don't know, young is the point. And she only managed to survive because, again, she had her friends alongside her. So just imagine those who didn't have anyone. Could have gone far worse for them. Who knows, maybe it broke some people. I mean, some people probably pulled through on their own, of course, and, like, they had family and stuff. Well, she has parents. Probably does. But, you know, things probably went pretty dang bad. I mean, we didn't get to see the full extent of the damage because we had to go into another duel because Arc 5 was, oh, we're having character development, better have a duel in there suddenly now. Okay, it wasn't that bad, but that's just how, and I haven't seen it in like freaking 10 years. Oh god, Arc 5 is 10 years old. But the point is, yeah, going off of memory, but either way, yeah, she's someone who cares about her friends, and even those friends are her cards, and who knows if the cards are the only friends that she's actually had, because other people would look at her and think that she's weird and all that jazz because she's talking to her cards. She's gonna make more friends other than the cards, which further fuels the whole thing, you know? But yeah, she just wants to help people out, I guess. And, well, then I guess she made friends with Blur, but everyone makes friends with Blur. It's everyone does, except maybe Draco, I think. But Draco doesn't make friends with anyone, so checks out. But yeah, I like her, and I'm looking forward to seeing her develop more. She makes a good first impression. I like her deck, and if I like your Yu-Gi-Oh deck, it's a good thing to start as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, right? I may not remember you, but I'll remember your freaking archetype. That's just Yu-Gi-Oh players. And I like all the in-jokes, and hopefully, again, I hope to see more of her in the future. And when season 4 comes out, I think we're in season 4 now, or season 3. The point is, when the final season comes out, I look forward to see more of her develop, and maybe we'll have some more behind the duels in the meantime. I know she has a what if archetype thing out, and now I'm going to check that out next week, so yeah. Good stuff as Code Knight. I'm looking forward to see more to come, and see what more stuff that, you know, Gacha will allow us to do, because this is a good test bed to be like, okay, I know you guys are upset that you're not going to do live action anymore. Well, some of you will be like, thank God, but because there's always those people, but it's like, this is gonna take some, you know, changing, but we're gonna move on with time and, well, you know, get better and all that stuff. And I'm gonna show off what I can do now, you know, other than just girl. But yeah, I'm repeating myself over and over again, like I usually do. So good work, S-Code. If you have any questions or anything that I didn't fill in on, just go ahead and ask. I don't really care. But yeah, looking to see more of Emily, the railway duelist, going forward. So until next time, keep on chugging.